Onyamema yɛda mo nyinaa ase. Yɛda mo ase bebree. Sɛ ɛna anwummere nso mo nyinaa moaba abɛhyia mu sɛ yɛmmɛtie yɛn mpɔ mu ho ahoɔden. Yɛda mo ase, Nyame nhyira mo. Ɛnnɛ dwumadie yi, me na medi anim Nana Boaten na nnipa kakra nso bɛka yɛn ho na yɛde dwuma yi akɔ so. Na ansa na yɛbɛbɔ mpaeɛ no, medi kan na ma introduce ɛnnɛ nnipa koraa na wɔne yɛba abɛkasa. Ɛnnɛ ɛnyɛ obiara sɛ Dr. Opoku-Gyamfi ɛna wɔne yɛba abɛkasa. Dr. Gyamfi ɛnyɛ ɛnnɛ ne da edi kan a wɔne yɛn ɛkasa. He's been here with us before. Wɔne yɛabɛka nsɛm bebree, wɔbɛkyerɛkyerɛ nneɛma. Nti sɛ ɛnnɛ sɛ yɛbɔ mpaeɛ wie na yɛto theme song na ɛne yɛbɛteɛ no yɛ Dr. Gyamfi ɛna ɔne yɛn ɛbɛkasa anwummere yi. Yɛda mo ase bebree. Nti mpakyɛw Nat wɔbɔdi kan anim na wɔbɔ mpaeɛ na yɛde dwuma yi atoa so. Yɛda mo ase bebree.
Pacho mumaye mumpaye. Yɛda wase otumfo saa yɛ wopɛ na wahyɛ wo animuonyam ne nnɛ yɛahyia wɔ line so. Papa wasɛm sɛ yɛyɛ nipadua ɛyɛ w'asɔredan. And ɛyɛ w'asɔredan na ɛwɔ sɛ the time biara anaasɛ berɛ biara no yɛhwɛ so and we take care of it. Nti na wako aba sɛ ɔba abɛkyerɛkyerɛ yɛn nneɛma bi a yɛbɛfa so na yɛahwɛ yɛn body ne yie anaa yɛn honam yɛn nipadua yie. Nti yɛsrɛ ma ne nyansa ne nimdeɛ ɛfiri sɛ wo na woyɛ doctor panyin. Bɛsrɛ ma ne nyansa ne nimdeɛ a wɔde bɛkyerɛkyerɛ yɛn na ɛma yɛn nso yɛ adwene a yɛbɛkaaka yɛn nsɛm yi na yɛde abɔ bra nansan bɔ ne wiase. Yɛda wase so atie yɛn mpaebɔ ɛwɔ dɔba Yesu Kristo din mu nti amen.
Amen.
Amen. Yo, Nana Boaten medase. And I made a musofo ne asɔre mpanimfoɔ nso ase sɛ ato nsa frɛ me na masa ne ma bɛhyia mu biom. Nokorɛ sɛ yɛhyia mu pɛn. Nti no, yɛde Nyame ase sɛ wama yɛ akwanya na yɛasa aba biom. Ɛm sɛ na wɔtwe Nyame pɛ the next 6 days, starting from today, no, yɛbɛyɛ health week a yɛbɛkeka nsɛm bi. Na deɛ mɛka de ahyɛ aseɛ as introduction no ɛne sɛ SDA4 deɛ yɛyɛ nipa bi a Nyame ahyira yɛn paa. Nyame ahyira yɛn aduruyɛfoɔ, nurses, pharmacists ne healthcare practitioners, PAs, nurse practitioners ɛne healthcare workers bebree a de biara da wɔn kyerɛkyerɛ yɛn yɛsua nneɛma bebree. Nti yɛ problem no ɛnyɛ information in the will be pa de biara yɛte bi yɛkɔka meeting yɛte bi yɛfa ha yɛte bi. Your problem as a people no ɛyɛ implementation. Say the information na yɛwɔ no ɛbɛyɛ adwuma. Ɛno ne yɛ haw na ɛno nso ne ade a breaking my heart pa ya na de bia me reho. If we say me kɔ prayer meeting na metena hɔ na metie mpaeɛ a yɛbɔ a more than 50% ɛyɛ yare ho mpaeɛ. Ɛna wohwɛ yare ahoroɔ nso a ɛha yɛn no a emu bɛ 80% ɛyɛ yare a yɛbɛtumi a prevent anaasɛ yɛbɛtumi a reverse with lifestyle ne nneɛma any information a yɛwɔ no yɛbɛtumi ɛde a prevent saa yare bebree. Enti deɛ meka de ahyɛ aseɛ ne sɛ yɛtie nsɛm bi sɛ yi a mesrɛ mo a momma yɛnsi yɛadwene mu yɛnsi yɛadwene pi na yɛnsrɛ Nyame sɛ ɔmmoa yɛn na biribi a yɛbɛte biara no biribi wɔ mu a yɛbɛtumi de ayɛ adwuma a ɔma yɛ ahoɔden ne nsi yɛ ne yɛmfa nyɛ adwuma. Ɛno no ɛna yɛ the most important thing. Because yɛte ne yɛmfa nyɛ adwuma a ɛho ɛmma mfasoɔ ɛma yɛn. Ne mmom sɛ yɛte ne yɛde yɛ adwuma a ɛho bɛba mfasoɔ ama yɛn. Ɔhu sɛ tere bi a ya na ya yɛsɛ nkwara a yɛte ahemfie nkwara a yɛte ahemfie no wɔn nsuro ɔhene otimi di agora kɔkɔtena na akonnwa koraa so nso mfa no ho nso akwara bi a ɔmfiri ahemfie hɔ no mo ba fie hɔ a na osuro tɛ ne ho popo nti information a yɛwɔ no ne knowledge a ɛyɛ available to us no yɛate a nti na eduru mmerɛ bi a na yɛ taking for granted nti nipa a ɛwɔ abɔnten ne bebree te saa nsɛm bi a wɔn ho tumi dwiri wɔn paa sɛ ɛyɛ dɛn na saa nsɛm a ɛmi ntee da wɔn sɛ ntɛntɛntɛm na wɔn ahyɛ aseɛ sɛ wɔn de bɛyɛ adwuma ɛno no ɛna mɛsrɛ enyimire na deɛ nti a mɛsɛ saa mmerɛ kakra wei ɛde emphasize saa asɛm wei ansa na makɔ lecture no mu ankasa no ɛne sɛ the type of practice na mɛmɛyɛ no nneɛma yi a yɛbɛsua no wɔ ha nnwumire yi ɛno na mɛde yɛ adwuma na nipa bebree wɔ hɔnom a obi wɔ hɔ a wayare for 15 years for 20 years for 30 years yɛaka kyerɛ no sɛ biribiara ni hɔ a yɛbɛtumi aboa no nso na wɔn ba na yɛkyerɛ wɔn saa nneɛma yi ne yɛde saa nneɛma wɔ biara yɛ adwuma a obi wɔ hɔ no within 3 months 6 months 9 months na yare a atena no so abɛyɛ 20 years no bɛhu sɛ na ahyɛ aseɛ sɛ ɛkɔ na wanya ahotɔ and these things no they work and sɛ meka na ɛnyɛ sɛ bi a makɔsua anaasɛ makɔkan na meba bɛka kyerɛ mu ɛyɛ ade a I put it in practice every blessed day Monday to Friday ɛno na mede yɛ adwuma na I see it work. It's so amazing when you see these things working ɛyɛ very very simple na saa information yi ɛna nyame ɛde ama yɛn afei biom biribi a yɛbɛsua no ha ɛnyɛ ade foforɔ bi a yɛntee da but yɛba bɛsua no in a different dimension yɛba bɛka no kwan foforɔ bi a ɛbɛyɛ foforɔ ama wo because yɛbɛfa no from a different angle enti mesrɛ mo sɛ yɛmpay attention na megye di sɛ nyame ɛbɛboa yɛn ama yɛatumi asua biribi anwummere me first question na mebisa no sɛ yɛn mu dodoɔ sɛn na yɛpɛ aduane wobisa ne twii saa na ɛnhyɛ da ɛnyɛ ayi papa as yɛbisa ne borɔfo mu a say how many of you like to eat yɛn mu dodoɔ sɛn na yɛpɛ aduane si yɛpɛ aduane die ɛm sɛ obiara didi at least when didi koraa na obiara ɔwotie me biara didi at least once a day ebi didi twice a day ebi didi 3 times a day breakfast lunch and dinner gye sɛ bi a woyare ansa na waka sɛ o me deɛ mentimi ne di ɛnam saa nti na aduane ho asɛm ɛho hia paa sɛ yɛbɛhyɛ health week ho asɛm a we cannot go far away ɛsɛ sɛ yɛhyɛ aseɛ ɛfiri nutrition secrets because ɛno ne adeɛ a yɛmu bebree no yɛn nyinaa obiara ɛyɛ constant 3 times a day nti multiply that by 7 days ɛyɛ sɛn 21 times a week and multiply that 21 no by 4 wobɛnya sɛn mathematicians na ɛwɔ mu na ɛyɛ sɛn 84 nti yɛdidi 84 times a month so wokan weeks no anaasɛ month no as 28 days a ɛna yɛnya 84 no so wokan no as 30 days deɛ na kyerɛ sɛ yɛ more than 84 basically nti no sɛ biribi wɔ hɔ no mu a sɛ yɛsesa a ɛbɛtumi anya a big impact wɔ yɛ health so a ɛyɛ adeɛ a yɛyɛ no bɛyɛ 80 to 90 times a month no ɛno ɛna ɛsɛ sɛ yɛhwɛ ɛno nti na yɛbɛbɛka this as a first topic wohwɛ images mmienu yɛ a ɛwɔ so yi a ɛka asɛm bi ɛyɛ story complete saa 2 images yi ɛyɛ complete story ɛkyerɛ sɛ ɛyɛ nokorɛ sɛ yɛn nyinaa yɛ didi deɛ sɛ na medical aka na ebi didi once ebi didi twice ebi didi 3 times but not all food is nutritious ɛnyɛ aduane biara a yɛdi anaasɛ aduane bi a ɛbɛkɔ yɛ yam no ɛna ɛyɛ ma yɛn because yɛdidi a deɛ nti a yɛdidi no yɛdidi sɛ deɛ ɛbɛyɛ a yɛ nipadua no ɛbɛnya nnuane nnuro bi na ɔde anya hoɔden ɔde abɔ ne ho ban but ɛnyɛ aduane biara a yɛdi ɛna ɛyɛ ma yɛn nti wohwɛ pictures no mmienu a wobɛhu the pink man we aduane a odi ɛkyerɛ the type of nipesu a obenya ɛna wei nso deɛ obenkum na ɛyɛ the green man no nso aduane a odi no ɛnso bɛkyerɛ ne nipesu in terms of anapɔmuden ne ahoɔden yare a obenya anaasɛ yare a onya no ne nyinaa gyina nnuane a edi so. Now, unfortunately, no say ewiase no yɛnniemu do bebree na aduane a yɛdidie no te sɛ the pink man yi. Ɛyɛ high fat, high protein, highly processed foods, sugar, added salts, additives, artificial flavors, artificial colors, food dyes. And only the right man yi, the pink man. Now, and no, and the modern so-called civilization, no, your diet. Now, that type of diet we nso need the cause of almost all the diseases. 80 to 90% of all the chronic diseases, are from this type of eating. And at the left one, also share a lifestyle that is mostly based on plant food. And also, and the diet are the health, longevity, wellness, ever. And if you go into details, na ye deep cry, na ye didi. Ye didi a nnuane nnuro enti na ye didi. Nnuane nnuro a your friend say nutrients no eno enti na ye didi. Now there are basically 6 main nutrients. Nnuane nnuro no eye nsia. First no na nka ye say eye num, but ye hu say ba akwa beka ho your friend phytochemicals. The edika ni carbohydrates. Carbohydrates no ano ene nnuane nnuro ni na die ye hia ne kese pa no ene carbohydrates. Unfortunately, say no ye revolution bi anase fad bi a yekoso. You say oh carbs are bad for you. You say low carb diet na abaso. Ebi ni South Beach diet. Atkins started Dr. Atkins from Florida. And on ordinary dia ba ya owu ko ye na ne die ne twa mu. And afei South Beach for no be fire and afei the South Beach diet be replace Atkins. In the South Beach diet ne be replace Atkins na ho na afei no so beda ne no ho. And I beda ne low carb diet, a high fat, high protein, and a woman a keto diet and so then in gym. But all these diets, they undermine the idea of carbohydrates are good for us. Meanwhile, so carbohydrates na yehia ne kesepa and ye ni peduano the primary source of fuel on here they produce energy no carbohydrates. It is said here or car or car or the gas and as a petrol egu car no or the oil engine oil egum or the wiper fluid egum or the power steering fluid egum. And there are a lot of fluids that you go car mu ani nyina very important abuama car no engine oil hu hia power steering fluid hu hia brake fluid hu hia wiper windshield wiper fluid hu hia. But the primary fuel and also the primary fluid a car no ko gasoline. Saa na yeni pedua no so tie. Carbohydrates and the primary source of energy. Enti ni sa wo pese wo didi na waduane no eboa wo ma wahodin na ma apomodin you have to look at carbohydrates and the type of carbohydrates Saudi. Because when you need the right kind of carbohydrates you get in trouble. Because all carbohydrates are not made equal. You have good carbs and you have bad carbs. Now bad carbs, and only you has say in the pink man, make a high. Now some bad carbs, na they be running all the chronic diseases now you can watch them. And that is the reason why, as I say, Omo advocate and also Omo promote to say carbs are bad. Stay away from carbs. Eat a low carb. And unfortunately, and I say sadly, healthcare professionals and promote that idea. It is said, yeah, enipa ba kubi akwaye boni. Now and I'm scientific no odia generalize aka se nipa fo we no nyina sa fo nipa ko we nyina o nyina anye ezi ni bia koye bone so yes ezi fo ya kromfo because ezi ni bia ko bi ade ana se broni bia ko akobi ade sa brofo nyina ya kromfo bibi ni bia akoye yese sa pepepe the bad crabs no a ye di no ha ye processed food na ye to no eno na ama ye yare na o ma generalize say crabs are bad na ye mo bebre nso have fallen into the trap. In during the kasa say oh me hwe me carbohydrates me ni carbohydrates ye mom mayema obia and other. Carbs are the primary source of fuel for the body. But the question is which type of carbs? Type of carbs are healthy for us. The type of carbohydrates are unrefined, unprocessed, unbleached. Yamfa dye enka ho, yamfa artificial sweetness enka ho, yamfa artificial flavorings enka ho. That is the type of carbs we are talking about. And no, and the primary source of health. Now that type of carbs, and no, they are represented in the green man. Yeah, you know why. In the no, as pure and as close to nature as possible, as close to the where Nakupon Efa Aswa or boss Abianin. For example, instead of saying obedi potato chips, potatoes nankasane no and as in you are better off doing that than say obedi potato chips. Apple pie, you are better off eating the apple, and so on and so forth. The aduane no sani etiana na okoti aduaba so and as okutu free form no sa na say try so obedi no as close to that as possible. Indeed, the first one, any carbohydrates. The second one, any fats. Ebia obi baby says okay carbohydrates no kra hin ebenya free. Yakasa carbohydrates are plants no carbohydrates room, especially whole grains. Whole grains. Ebro ahoro nom na atoko ewio nom ne sorghum ne all the grains ni nyina no triticale teff quinoa all those grains ni nyina carbohydrates room. After fruits all types of fruits ni nyina so carbohydrates ewo. And vegetables ahoro so carbohydrates room ebia a lot of carbohydrates in vegetables but also ebi wom. Legumes to say beans ahoro nuts and beans normally lentils bambara beans kidney beans peas ahoro ni nyina so carbohydrates room. And after seeds pumpkin seeds chia seeds normally flax seeds normally all those seeds ubenya carbohydrates are free. And nuts even though ubenya fat ni protein still ubenya carbohydrates are free. And to be a plant free plants no carbohydrates abundant now I am encouraging you say need enough carbohydrates start more carbohydrates but make sure say you're eating unrefined, unprocessed, unbleached, non-additive added, no dyes, no artificial sweetness, no artificial flavors. That type of carbohydrates. Udi noa, a sayare. Me run a diabetes reversal program on a clinic. Now, me encourage you me patients mumudi a lot of carbohydrate food, even though they have diabetes. Now, omudi more, no blood sugar, and A1C, it's unbelievable. It is because you are shifting refined and processed carbohydrates and you are replacing it with whole, unrefined, unprocessed carbohydrates. Now, and no, it comes with all the fiber. And the fiber is what does the magic. It releases blood sugar, it releases sugar into your bloodstream gradually until you don't get those spikes and dips now. Refined carbohydrates at the bottom. Into so be the whole unrefined, unprocessed carbohydrates, not or your diabetic crown. The sugar on the blood sugar and spike because a complete carbohydrate with all the fiber and everything else. Number two, nutrients the tossing you know fats. Fat fats within the nutrients no. And none of you hear no cry. You hear just a little bit of fat. Here. We need that so they be able to absorb fat soluble vitamins, vitamin A, D, E, and K. And you hear just a little bit for heat production. and for a boost to your hormone production, because hormones no be a combination of some proteins and fat. Nti yehia fat no kakra bi ni nyina no hwe we no nyina no na yehia the least of. Na ansa na meto aso no wohwe saa 6 year basically ne ya che mu mienu ya what the friend say macronutrients and only carbohydrates, fats, and proteins, and micronutrients and only vitamins, minerals, and phytochemicals. You can say macro, and not just say nutrients in your so so emu odua yetimi ehunu. And the micro no ayan kitinkiti ya untimi nshade ehunu just all the microscope and no the chemical structure. In the micro no ye shade yane bebre sa macro no yane bebre, but within the macro no fats and a yin bebre cry yaka crabby. I feel the next one any protein. Protein, you know, and also a hunya say a deba form your tree, your skin, emoja, your blood cells, numpe, bibi away any muscles, hormones, enzymes, nina the protein and a protein a hunya pa protein hunya. But we don't need too much protein. Your society no are so obsessed with protein, say. Nipa no bebre na adwene ye nse se manya protein be up to a certain level me drop dead and ase me wu. If nipa no bebre na adwene ye nse me didi ase se menya protein pa. But we don't need too much protein. You hear too much protein pra. You hear just a little bit, about 0.8 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight. Any you hear. In the so calculate pa you hear between 45 to 55 grams of protein for an average adult, women and men. You hear more than that. Abro sukra no hear about 60 grams of protein a day. That's all. But anybody brain you say you do up to 150, 200 grams of protein a day. Because nipa ba ko tena are you when him na odi fufu a. And na mo eguso na te say ye kuma akokọ ba ko no ye twitwa ni nyina eguso. But yes, yeah, higher, yeah, cause a lot of harm to ourselves because protein, no, our body does not store it. Also, carbohydrates, you store carbohydrates because we need it. We need a lot of it. In the excess carbohydrates, you need to convert it into glycogen. Now, store in your liver, obey you for energy production. After glycogen, no, or store be your muscles, no, your cerebral muscles, no. Your thigh muscles, your calf muscle, your name to muscles I can see away any no a store glycogen. Your carbohydrates are converting into glycogen. And happens to fats, and so you store fat. It means store fats and your fat cells, your friend say adipose tissue. You store sadio, but you need storage form of protein. You need does not store protein. And nipadua no use protein no as necessary. Ohia o use ade aka na ohia no na wasay no. And so would be too much protein put a lot of burden on the part of your body na na juma say obesay excess protein. That is your liver and your kidney. You're putting excess burden on it. And then what happens is eventually, it creates inflammation in your liver and lead to fatty liver disease. It creates inflammation in your kidneys. It leads to hyperfiltration, inflammation, and eventually a lot of problems, chronic kidney disease. A lot of chronic kidney disease now among Ghanaians and among Africans, because they say you eat a lot more protein. First, Africans, your consumption of protein from plants, but they say you are shifted to enam because you're more affluent. Your society is becoming more middle income. And because we are becoming middle income states in Africa, and and a lot of protein, and I dialysis. common. Personal, me na me organ no. Na ye ni ma de friend dialysis. Na ye ni ma de crop. Until recently, until up to about 10-15 years ago, dialysis, so it wasn't a common word. Na bebre knew what dialysis was. But they say the average Ghanaian who decides what is dialysis, I'll bet you a bit more because kidney failure, chronic kidney failure, no, are very, very rampant. And one of the reasons, is our high protein diet. In your lecture, Matudi say protein is the good, the bad, the ugly. And it goes into the details about protein. Why protein can be very bad for you. But for now, no, the NTS say, even though we need protein for hormones, for enzymes, for skin, hair, nails, all these, and we don't need too much. Because you need pebiano, yankopon abon pepe. Send trust them can see we are fearfully and wonderfully made. And the pebiano etimi converting maybe into protein. So on your protein be otimi produce amino acids na and as a building blocks from carbohydrates, fats, and other things. Ni pebiano can etimi share the produce. And you see the protein be brave. Number 4, vitamins. Vitamins, and no micronutrients. Vitamin A, vitamin B, vitamin C, D, E, K, no many ade. And no. Akwaye bibi a ewo nipadua no ma eboa nipadua no ma ne ye n'adwuma yie. Baabi ho no mo a eba nipadua no mo a emma processes a ekoso no function no speeding up. Ebi ho no mo a na akwaye te say wakọ factory na wo se machines bi adwuma, especially wakọ factory a ewo assembly line. Obe so conveyor belt bi na ebesin akọ. Enti no ehase free baabi with the raw materials. Now raw materials na air calling na machine no air converted no air dane no aha say dane no bibi na ekọ the next stage na e di bibi aka ho na ekọ the next stage na di bibi foforo aka ho saa nti ebeye additions saa process na finally no ube hu say for example say a car planter bibi a started to say that there a flat metal na chassis free A no enkodru Z na say Z no na adane car every stage bi ade bibi ka ho saa na nipadua no so processes no etie na enema etimi bekeka ho ema eboa ema nipadua no processes ye friend metabolism na wie peyo no any vitamins and minerals, and that is why we need vitamins. Eboa ma processes no ekoyiye na processes no ye bebre your processes bi ho no ma eboa for energy production. Need the say produce energy ahoden a ebe boan ya me yetime nya ahoden ye dia sore dia koye adwuma e dia nante e dia ye dia sisi ye dia so ane ma dia twensuo e dia ye push ups ahoden ni na no energy no ye obi ho no sa and your processes bi a lead to the production of immune factors and as a build the immune system ni na so ye hia vitamins wo ye obi ho no mo a fight against intruders, viruses and say bacteria. And no so you have vitamins, any minerals room. You will be a hormone a build the body, the say calcium, phosphorus, near the boy to build bone. And the vitamins, any minerals, no juma ayenon. Na ye in small quantities. And you what phytochemicals. Phytochemicals, first, na and share that any nutrient because and yet in raw directly say carbohydrates, fat or protein, and vitamins, and minerals. But no, and ma enuane ne color. Nti hwe screen so a wo color no actually the first screen na you no hwe we a all the colors you see ni na no a different type of phytochemical and as a phytonutrient. A chemical bi onyankopon di gu nuabam no baye mu eno and man of those colors. Na eno no say nhwehwemu ehunu say a very very essential ehun hia pa for health and longevity. See a benya hoden na yenya apomuden a en kwatenten eno nti na sa pink man we no e kwan ya fa so didi no enye because so hwe a When you processed food, now processed food, also processor, you lose the phytonutrients. You lose the phytonutrients now. Phytonutrients, you know, boy who buy a free area. And non processed food, are very, very bad because it loses all the chemicals. Omo yini na ye pink ni yellow ye wia. Omo yini na free me wie na omo pese aduane no ya kono no. Na omo the artificial green agum, artificial purple agum, artificial yellow ni the agum, artificial red. Instead of say be maintain the original color. And no nyina so e de yare eba. All those food dyes, ni food colors ni na bebre cause cancer. Bebre, a lot of those cause cancer. And the basically this is why we eat. For nutrients. Now, unfortunately, your civilization and the modern life and far away from a good, healthy nutrition. In say topic na to the nutrition secrets. And the nyama ben you bet me secrets ben you can was and complicated be why ama yetimi enya sa nutrients yi every aduane me yetimi enya the full benefits of a healthy nutrition. And no any ye beka na fe ye wie. The edikan the secret number 1 and that's a principle number 1. I say let the Bible be your guide. Say no say this body and I say nipedua yi nyame na boy and I say we are fearfully and wonderfully made dear. Na say you maintain your hoodi no say obi ani ho obekene boy ye den a boni ntini ye nyina ye bewu. But say young kwana ye wa asase so ni ye betimi enjoy apomodin and ye wu a natural death, say old age. As I see you go back to the principles of the Bible. Now you could be saying, "Yankopon say, rather the now person yeah, but boy, am I a nutrition no every pay your nadia what they are bringing." In the first principle, let the Bible be your guide. Now the Bible guide no bien or catch Genesis 1:29 or say, "I have given you every herb that yields seed, which is on the face of all the earth, and every tree whose fruit yields seed. To you it shall be for food." Already and no buy see a summarize and no buy no buy to say fruits ni vegetables ni seeds or say and no and enye yediani. Enti onyankopon aduane edi kan or the mind nipa no 100% of it na say free plants. 100%. Na boni achimpo no even boni by Adam and Eve boni achi no still na enipa adidie eda so a vegetarian. Ekosi say the flood by. And at the time of the flood now so yiri na chi na no ba nyina say na ho na yekotro say mu a hu so Yankopon ma kwan say enipa eni enam. So na eno kra no Onyankopon di nchichemu bai. Wanka se nipa nkọ winam bia ope or di nchichemu bai. Say we clean, we unclean. Now even with that no kra no ukwa di nkomhye mu mu a o se di enti Onyankopon ma nipa kwan se yenwe nam ne se ebe cut our life short. Now so go into the Bible now share before any nipa winam and after nipa share say winam abon say the lifespan no dropped drastically. It's unbelievable. Before meat and after meat. Introduction. Into the first principle, no, I say let the Bible be your guide. It is the principle I actually and say, yen try see back to Eden. Now you could see the Edenic lifestyle of eating. A quiet Yankopon fast or say ye mame Eve ni ya papa Adam. Aduane or the maomo until yen try say you back to Eden. Now even right now modern research shows say the original diet is best. We share the blue zones research now. Blue zones, but for the benefit of Omo Monty and Saunti blue zones are. You will be asking Hasaya. A nipa at Tihono Timi and could do 100 years, but Omo 100 Omo Ding. Etimi akobayo medwuma kama nye 100 omu ewo eda nursing home and ase omo dam pem. They be 100 years older. Omu ye healthy. Na sa places no na ye friend blue zones. Na blue zones no Sardinia, Italy, Icaria in Greece, Nicosia in Costa Rica, Okinawa, Japan, Loma Linda, California. It's these 5 places here blue zones no. Omo research no mu say Loma Linda, California no Adventist na omu bo omu bra say Eden. Omu didi to say the original plan no. Omu no a blue zone area. Now all these places ni na no didi close to Eden because omu di 85 to 90% plant based. And a maximum of just 5 to 9% of omu diet any free animals. And no any the secret. And you know the first principle, and I said the first secret of nutrition, you can want something say, let the Bible be your guide. Principle number 2, simplicity. A good rule for good healthy nutrition is as I said, yes, simple. And in the best food I will no, as say ingredients no 1 or 2, abro 3. Unless you say all the ingredients need natural. For example, multi-grain bread. In the multi-grain, maybe 9 grain bread and 10 grain bread. To the ingredients, 9 or 10 different things, but need grains, whole grains. And no exception. Exception, no any day. Ingredients, no natural, wholesome, unrefined, unprocessed. For artificial, has to be simple. Enti no ukoto aduane na ufa bottle no na uhwe ho nese ingredients no bibia you cannot pronounce words be on ma won't hear say ohia encyclopedia and say what you see so the truth chain as I say you try say you did e simple. Unfortunately you mu bebre no you feel say Mrs. Say me America nyame adom nti no me ya adwuma pa me osika e mu odu nti na say me didi aduane a say me didi say na abrofo ni didi no enti afa tin mu niema ne kan mu niema ne afa the tomatoes no ne raw tomato yempe biem ye pe can no ne we ye afa the aburo kra ye aburo e wo cob so ye beto ne anu yempe ye pe ye tutu egu kan mu tete bibia kan ne tin mu ni process ba mo cho mo ma yenhwe ni ye na yen try say ye be simple. Simplicity is the second principle and as a secret of healthy nutrition. Because abiding by the principle of simplicity, you end up eating whole foods instead of partial or refined or processed foods. Now, whole foods make whole people. Udi aduane a eye muya ebema wo nso ni pedua no aye muya. Wapomudi ebe wie peyo. Number 3, as I say, a year appropriate. Well, did you know as I say appropriate? What that means is say, as I show who did you be a juma o ye anyone who did a juma o ye no, and then as a chair aduane a udi. And so be a juma din wa bonti, na say o tutu form now you know or use manual labor. Obey here extra more calories, such a wow the answer or kwakwatenasia on your feet. And any party so they hear a little more food than you. And you who so be tea who are dear Bianino, so the Koya Jumadin no Benia. And not just as also cotton a whole dear Biania, problem say, oh, we are no one me no cotton as an old near Hanafi. Oh, sorry, I am sorry. You move a brain, you did do. The deeper and the idea should be appropriate to our type of profession. Manual labor for no ehia extra more calories than yeah manual labor yeah sedentary yeah tenasi juma. Number 2, exercise appropriate for the weather. A true cold winter season, you know, any summer, aduane na say appropriate. Because aduane bi yo no mo a awomre mu no kodi e be ma wade more. Enti nya awomre mu na kwakodi frozen foods, aduane a ye frozen ni ade. Anase aduane a ye nwunu. Enti edu awomre mu a say odi nnuane a hye kakra. Ebi a soups no mu na ebi a nnuane a hye. Ene eduru ohye mu a nnuane a nwunu obetimi de bibi de say watermelon odi ahye fridge na ye nwunu. No ready. Enti ni na no eboa not only say ebeboa with the taste, but ebesa aboa with your metabolism. Enti no principle number 3 and that's secret number 3 is say your diet, your nutrition should be appropriate. Oba anyimwa odidi ma mienu. Enti na say odidi extra kakra echen de ono kwa ebedi. Enti say we take all of these into consideration. But all of it, you know, we taking all of this into consideration. So we make sure so aduane no wholesome. Aduane as a medical canon, as close to nature as possible, unrefined, unprocessed, no additives, no artificial dyes, no colors, and none of those things. Number 4, the secret of nutrition. No, number 4, no, and answer the principle number 4, no. And it said the food has to be tasty. The moment we have in say aduane healthy na and say de. It is aduane na da na say healthy. No, and yes na tie. Only say the problem you say you bebre ni ye nim aduane a healthy cooking. Ya noa enam noa ma say ya noa enam a pe ye hu de ye nye. Unu ade ba akwa ya na ma rehopa o ezi asori mu. Sorry bebre enye ba akope. Or a lot of churches are guilty. So sorry, memenda na ye de aduane ba. Na sa wo hwe say o musi yaye the gi aduane a. Wo be musi ya no white rice. Na o ma ye red stew, Ghana red stew yi. And no ni veggie no. White rice, red stew, na ebi a omo de lettuce. Aye regular iceberg lettuce ya na ye de aka ho. And sorry bebre, that is what aye veggie aduane. Ana say utri ye a omu ye jollof, veggie jollof, near the lettuce aka ho. And one no. Enti aduane no enye de. Enti esi esua say ye be nua aduane, we have to learn. Art, you have to learn how to cook healthy meals and make it tasty. Aduane na say ye hwam na say ye de. Ehia chemicals bia so de be frafra. Ehia maggi, salt and also maggi cube. Ehia no obetimi de parsley, no mne nutmeg, no mne cloves, no mne ye won haban bebre wo honom a obetimi de season aduane no ama na ye hwam. Ama na ye de. Nti moma ye nsua ye na tasty food or healthy food can be tasty also. And no any principle number 4. Na ye sa no na ye kai say aduane ni nyina no should be from these colors, rainbows no any rainbow colors na ho na yes ye nya ye aduane efree red, orange, yellow, green, purple ni nyina no represent different phytochemical. Na different chemical bia no e wo de ye wo ebi ho no mo ate say flavonoids no mo red one no na ye hu no ye nya no grapes mo ene to say beets no mo ade no good for the heart. You will be a hormone no my carotenoids, no my yellow, you carrots, no ne, sa yellow ni oranges, no you good for the eyes, good for the heart, good for the skin, good for the muscles, good for the bones. And every chemical be na you know aduane mu no eboa a specific organ or region or specific organs or regions. It be a cross. It may affect various organs or various tissues. Intimoma yedidie enye saa. Na se ye ne saa, onyame ebeboa yen ama yetimi enya ahoden. Enti no the food pyramid, a healthy food pyramid, say na say or the bottom of the pyramid no, say the healthy sources of carbohydrates na meka ho asem, because carbohydrates na you hear them more. And no na say the bottom. Whole grains no ne saa nyema ni nyina no yen refine yen process here. Any fruits no many vegetables no ha na mfimfin ha say no na ye protein number protein sources no into have protein sources ye beans no many the different types of legume families no almonds almond milk soy milk no many sanya mani nyina no ha. And at the top no the very top cra no kitikiti no honum na fat no ebewo. It is the episode use extra virgin olive oil, kakra bi, and also be use avocado oil, and that's oil kitwe bi a kakra bi na we here because we don't need a lot of oil. Now, in fact, you can get all the oils and fats you need from seeds and in nuts, almonds, walnuts, and cashews, and a BB to say. A friend is saying olives. All the fats you need from there, avocados, and also your Ghana, your friend pear no. All the fats you need from there. In the nature, say oil, pie, vegetable oil. No, you ensure that in here vegetable oil, especially the so-called seed oils. No, you're very brainy, you're very unhealthy because some of the processes in the chemicals, some of the frafra, and yet, and to say, and as I say, you did, you know, it is number one, my Bible no your guide. Number two, simple. Number three, it should be appropriate for our occupation and the season. Number four, it should be tasty. And the last but not the least, number five, as I say, change, change gradually. You move a brain, your things and say, yeah, the paper, but as I say, consistency, we need a race. In the say consistent, you see how you be say okay, the person is son. It's gradually, gradual. We understand. We need victory and now we need another victory at once. Before we realize we what make changes. The only exception to this rule, I am catching me patients. They are to the gradual change. Any obia or what chronic disease, diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol. Now, opesa o reverse no. So, what chronic disease now opesa o reverse o yare no dia. And how dear time is of the essence. Until how you need gradual change bia. And how you have to make the change quickly and rapidly as possible. But of course, as I say, unya doctor bia unim sa niyema we no guide you no boa. Healthcare practitioner bia obetimi guide you aboa. Na say na medi kan no. It may sound too good to be true, but I ran a diabetes reversal program at my clinic. Many patients are hemoglobin A1C greater than 14. More healthcare professionals now A1C, hemoglobin A1C scale no. A chassis a free bear 4. A qua could see the highest the scale no. The lab can measure no 14. And it's a PM14 the results now being said greater than 14. It could be 20, it could be 30, it could be 40, nobody knows. Only say Rebecca say, oh, greater than 14. Many patients are almost A1C greater than 14 bidre. Almost doctors are almost starting with metformin. Near the different ones I can't near the way I can near the injectables I can't near the insulin I can't. After the doctors not almost to say who the and they come. We work with them gradually. And yeah, 9 days. We start because we be on the diabetes. I do that level like A1C greater than 14. And not just a diabetes, not 10 to 15 years. You don't expect to say within 2 weeks and I say 3 weeks in a beko. But consistency, no, send America no anything here. And when they begin to work with it, from 9 months, echo no, 9 months, echo, they break me reverse your diabetes. Me will be a oba A1C 14. The next 3 months, yes, I A1C, no, not from 14, no, not a swati, about 9.2 or 9.3. The next 3 months, now, yes, I no. Now, after a swati, about 7 point something. It did the next one, I had the 9th month, no, now about below 6. And now, I mean, about below 6.5. Now, I 6.2, 6.3, which is non-diabetic, but about it is pre-diabetic. From 14 or from greater than 14. In the SIA, the fourth lab, no, na fe na nipa no, need diabetes. At that time, no, now with insulin, we're free insulin. So now in running na swatia ba na ka metformin kwa, and I'll take metformin 500 milligrams of metformin once a day, from about 4 different medications and 3 different types of insulin. In design, it works. I see it all the time in my practice. In Tinyasa bi ananse sem bi na yeto. In Tinyame moye na de yesu yen yemfa nye adwuma na ebeboa yen ama yetimi anya pomodin. In finally no John 3 John 2 or say adofo no mempaye ene se yebenya ebesi yen yie. E wo bibia mu. Ye sade ewo ya pomodin mu sane ye kra nso esi ne yie no. Ntimi da mase. Me manu besi ha se yen se wasem bi se bia ye de aba.
Amen. Thank you.
Amen.
Amen.
Dr. Nyamishrao, yɛda wase bebree sɛ wakyerɛkyerɛ yɛn nneɛma a ɛbɛtumi aboa yɛn na yɛn nipadua no nso yɛbɛtumi ahwɛ no yie. Nti sɛnea mmerɛ no teɛ no, nso wo time difference no nti no, yɛbɛgye bi a 1 or 2 questions na Dr. aboa yɛn na afei yɛho nea Dr. bɛtumi ayɛ de ama yɛn. Nti yɛnkyɛ ho bebree, floor no yɛwɔ bɛpin nti yɛbɛhia questions bɛyɛ 2 anaa 3 na afei yɛde presentation anaasɛ yɛde series no na yɛde aba awie nti no ɛkwan no bie nti obi a ɔwɔ question biara no ɛpɔmɛkyɛw mbɛtumi de aba.
Okay, so Obi, any question? Me question from Mucho.
Yo,
Okay,
mananko.
Doc Ntimpacho said now see canon. Say ABA or A1C or so. Na your mouth medication ABA metformin now we take it. Na say ya de bi kan ho a ABA 2 other ones are. Now nim so ye ho adwuma. Do you have to say ABA obenu menu kwa na say ne de mema bia esa ono mana.
Okay. Ejina plan kra only a doctor ashishe. Unfortunately, no, a lot of doctors, in fact, most doctors are not trained. They say you're doing nutrition, ebe sayari. Within the medical right now, sad, but within the medical way of looking at treatment, basically pharmaceuticals. The doctors be show your doctor now, show patient. Safety first. You try say, first you don't want to cause any harm. The doctor no stay within the safe, the onim. You're very good at, or you're very conversant with, or you're training, or no, making sure so the in this do stage be so doctor they do no you can Nessa catch and say me the aduane bese sanu a nessa doctor no onimu a obeka say there be ontimi enye de emwa and also obeka tell say it will not work because before I do that stage now I say the aduro ni bi ka ho not just say years When the diabetes, started a long time ago, be about 5, 10, 15 years. Now I build this insulin resistance. Basically, most of the time, insulin resistance started from fatty liver disease. Now I started for fatty pancreas, fatty muscles. Now I acquire insulin resistance. Now insulin resistance, now pre-diabetes. Now pre-diabetes, I done diabetes, and that process takes time. And I mean, so most of the time, only say doctor no one and you started with metformin. Metformin most of the time, even if started with 500 milligrams a day, once a day. West, na fi na kutu, 1,000 milligrams a day. Na ekonenim. Enti, so doctor no kase, as I said, the broken one, and good advice or because good practice or because men no medro no. Name the esa you say, as I so feel say, a quite for probe or on my say, doctor be a bit me aboa with that. Now, in a casa. Now, because you need medical guidance. It me patients and what I do with them. They say, mobile. Me share the history ni na labs. Now you share where you are at. Now you introduce something else in the area of we now as you get better, now we take some away. And we don't begin to take your medication away. We add in, we monitor you with labs. And as you get better, and you say, and you'll be on more starting from here. And then we introduce something, and all get better. No need medication, no increase your processes. And no here so be who be a bit me no guide you in that process. And yes, I now try so be against your doctor's advice. I want we have no creative problem. Yeah, or doctor no me any home. Basically advice and meeting me at the amount.
Dr. Yedase. Who said Dr. Afia Prepran so wala so won so pija ne san. Ti doctor won so kwan wo no obetimi akasa.
Hello, good evening, Doctor.
Yeah, good evening. Good evening.
A great presentation. I'm say, BB said they be a can say ye hianwa can meeting us. You need a larger way crowd and as a larger audience because the old canning you know 100% true. As a family practitioner, no, the old canning you know a idea. Unfortunately, diabetes is rampant. Especially Ghanaian populations and our kind because of the bad change of diet in some brain. Now the old kind of so but I emphasize that most of it is because of our diet and our kind no. Now you crofony baby no instead of say be change your diet no, they rather per second. Maybe you fix it by giving them another pill, But and another thing I will kind and so I is so true to say most of us doctors, we are not trained properly in nutrition. No, you have to say like it's a cause by itself. I think it's every physician, I mean basic things in it, but when it comes to in-depth, we need people like you are naka mwachre yen doctors so naka yachre yen patients because just changing a simple diet makes a big difference. Media mechanic say most patients maybe it's all about changing your diet, eating well and exercising and losing weight. Basic things, Now with you haven't talked about water, but Nancy, I'm a patient about could be Jamaican woman be buying or complain of tingling in the arms, tingling in the neck, I say tingling is all over near then I'm okay in your laps near there. I'm catching so all more dear so no anything dear and so no more on also or call Jamaica but and drinky be and I say any cool be toma no na or and no turn out to be in this or back the following week from the labs I'm catching so no be brain so or back and also wow doctor you say or sit tingling be according to we just energy drink, we find out say a type of energy drink, and then we start increasing the water intake. Just by doing that alone, or see she doesn't even feel anything BRB. And the American cuisine say simple things like that. They be can once a new start, it works and it's true. That's
Amen, doc, that's if I Michelle.
And I said, Dr. Prepride, I was super brave. Welcome. So, so the question being, no, bisa I say, we're diabetic. Na, nnuane a wɔakyerɛ bebree nyinaa no, find most of the fruits ne, contain sugar. Ɛwɔ mu. Nti, then how much? Just dodoɔ sɛn na ɛsɛ wotumi kate, and I say how much is, much sɛnea wobɛtumi cut it down the sugar, because in fruits na we mention here, most of them in sugar wom, nti sɛn na wobɛtumi cut it down sɛnea ɛbɛyɛ a affecting the blood sugar.
Okay. Yo, auntie, no cressa fruits no sugar wom. Na the tia ne say, Nyankopɔn, nyame ni ho amanga say, nipadua no enim the difference between naturally occurring sugar, what fruits mu, any vegetables mu, and processed sugar. It's a high fructose corn syrup, no money, different types of syrup, near citri ankasa. No, the nipadua process, in fact, according to the biochemistry now, the nipadua process natural sugar differently from added sugar. Now, the problem, and they say, nipa ne bebree na my diabetics for a long time, especially so will be a good stage or use insulin. Is very, very sensitive to sugar, including the healthy sugar. In TSAF1, what we do is you train the body, you train the body, to get used to the natural sugar. And you started with your friend is a low glycemic index fruits. Fruits be a hard more. You can say glycemic index. Udi aduane sisi a aduane no bedane asikyire ewo umojam. Na ye wo kwan bi e fa so esusu say emfa no say na di apple. Na apple no sugar dodo sen na betimi raise o e create o mimojam. And as me di nkruma okura eno nso nti eno no ye de toto ho eno no ye fa no glycemic index. Na ye will be a honomo a my sugar level no kosoro bi. Nti obi a all diabetes a opese o try so be reverse no. Obe start o di be fruits, but your fruits be a low glycemic index. And no your fruits be to say the berries, blueberries, blackberries, strawberries, all the berries. And I know your fruits so di because I no a lot of fiber in them. The fruits now I want fiber bebree wo mu nyinaa no a low glycemic index fruit. Nti no na ese udi ne bebree. And carbohydrates no they say grains no money vegetables no generally speaking na our fiber bebree wo, unless you are talking about refined or processed carbohydrates and no fiber na free. Nti no na bema sugar na kwosoro. Nti sa no na ese udi. And when you see no, the second principle no say so didi a wo plate na say wo chem you half of the plate say your vegetables. Na you can say vegetables are enye iceberg lettuce so. Enye iceberg lettuce no na Ghana for yeta enimpa say salad no your friend salad no. Enye no. You can vegetables are dense, nutrient dense, phytochemical dense vegetables to say broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, kale, spinach, arugula, bok choy, some type of vegetables. Now, yen telling you, but it's a see and no, sir, a mixture of those, no necessarily a fill half of your plate. The other half, no, watch him, basically a quarter of that, no, and no, say a protein, and a protein, I say a plant protein mostly. Basically legumes, lentils, beans, different types of beans. And all the beans and the peas, so are high in protein, are high in fiber, and a sour carbohydrates. And so now a quarter na akano. And no na ebe carbohydrates now wabidim. And in the fact is that carbohydrates need be free peas, need proteins, any legumes, beans, any lentils, no more. what it means is say the real carbohydrates nankasa na wudi na say ye kakra bi. Nti se bayre na wudi a ebi a 2 slices. Dokono a ebi a half a kinky, nye 1 full kinky. So body a aburo so a ebi a betting mienu. Na nti Saudi ni saa afeni peduano be used to eating a lot of fiber containing carbohydrates. Nti was a fiber no so carbohydrates no what it does is say a hold sugar no nti emma unya sa spikes no. So when you spike there will not be the need for insulin. Nti gradually your need for insulin na say external insulin na ekofom na ekofom. That is how you train. That is how you train a diabetic to become tolerant to the healthy sugar in fruits and vegetables. Inti bedroom ready na afei ni blood sugar na shas yes a level out no. Afei obetumi di any fruit to be out here without worry because all the fruits in no containing natural sugar and the body can process that better without causing a sugar spike. Inti that is how you do it.
Yeah, that's it, Doctor. Let me show. Pacho, veggie question me no aka ho na ye the program na ba wie nti. Here questions me no. Okay. But we say Dr. Sarah Pepranso so apajansa nti ye ba ma no kwan. Owie a em say Mami Eunice nso so ensa wo so na fe yaje. Nti Dr. Sarah Pepra nso so ye ba ma kwan na wakasa wai.
Actually, this is Mrs. Sarah Pipra. Dr. Pipra is not on here.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, Doc, really, thank you so much for the great presentation. I have a quick question. My question basically is, I'm a great fan of green smoothies, and I do a lot of those, but I heard recently that it has some kind of side effect to the digestive system. So could you maybe share a little light on that, what the side effects might be for green smoothies?
Okay. So it depends. It depends on the type of green smoothie and what's in it. Tricky kakra, a lot of difficult for me to answer it like make a blanket statement because it depends on what's in there. But generally speaking, smoothies now, I'm say green smoothies. I am a type it's a kale, no spinach, all those green, you know. Any be your honomoi, and this is and what will be any be your honomoi, prone to oxalate stones. Your chemical be a friend say oxalate. It's me a form kidney stones. Into your nipa be your home prone to oxalate stones. Into some green smoothies ni be your home very high in oxalate. Into some for now high prone to that no. And on a so much but and no quite deep into the researcher. Send you Dr. Pipra kind of first and Dr. Fia Pipra kind. Nipa ni bebree na omo ya etayɛ prone to oxalate kidney stones no ɛyɛ nipa a omo enter enum nsuo bebree omo yɛ dehydrated na omo enum nsuo no omo sa anom coffee anaasɛ energy drinks a ɛno nso ɛsa dehydrate omo more nti sɛ o factor out those people no na sɛ all things being equal woyɛ obi a onom nsuo paa stay hydrated onom energy drinks onom coffee na onom caffeinated green smoothies no problem be anyhow. The other side of the green smoothies now problematic so if you are not buying organic vegetables now do you smoothies now because say ubetimi I consume a lot of those green vegetables in fact ubetimi consume a whole bowl of green vegetables in a cup of smoothie oyam ni nyina be kitweri and I'll bet me anom ni nyina enti no se wan to organic vegetables now koto vegetables are the pesticides na grow a lot of the pesticides are endocrine disruptors and you know about umua a bit me cause endocrine changes bebree a bit me stimulate autoimmune disease a bit me cause a lot of problems in the and also no a problem because so we do vegetables no na pesticides wo ho kra na let's assume without admitting say be yi wo ho a ubedi kakra bi but so we any smoothie a ubedi menya bebree in that sense no what concentrate whatever toxin is on the vegetables. That is the other side. Indeed, the first thing here, dehydration and oxalate causing oxalate stones. And at the other side, you know, pesticides are grow vegetables. So now, smoothie bibria, and no me affected. And then the last one, and it's a say, when you drink your food, your digestion, what chiti no kakra. Because the proper digestion should begin from the mouth. When you chew, as you chew now, you produce digestive juices, from your mouth, the salivary enzymes, a buama digestion, as you're chewing and you're producing that, that's a trigger to your gut itself. And even the pancreatic enzymes, the gastric acid, stimulated in a very different way when you begin to chew your food from when you swallow it whole. And so you'll be affect the digestion. In the bedroom, fermentation because digestion and that is the aspect of the gut microbiome. And also bacteria affected. And in summary, and a bad thing. Green smoothies is bad, but we shouldn't make it the default way of getting our vegetables. Once in a while, we won't be fry good. But say baby, once I will smoothie, yes, obe how ni baby. So these are the things that let me say. Meeting ya kafa question.
Okay, Doc, that was it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
My mean is, I'm say also so Upeja on sent. I'm say my quena would do question about.
Yo, madasi. Your dog mpacho. Let me be some question say vegetarian meat, Yeah, say vegetarian for I see you use vegetarian meat. I don't know so processing food and I say and I say to say.
Okay. So in fact, already I may be biased, but a lot of the vegetarian meats now outside is worse than even Saori in Amankasa. Because say a lot of the vegetarian meats, the base normally soy and also wheat. In Tomufa we be gluten, flour, no Samankasa, you were quite a bit ofeti some now about no when you're gluten, the protein, no make you try no my Danny no to send them. You do both see veggie chicken, veggie turkey, veggie way. But the problem is a quite a befasua, the soy bean, and I say wheat. I bet tasty to say chicken, I bet tasty to say turkey, and none of the problem. Into a lot of chemicals, a lot of artificial tastes, flavors, Now a lot of those, are toxic to the body. In fact, there was a time, a long time ago, I don't know, I saw it in the research I checked. Now, Andrews University, a lot of the software now, vegetarian, no more actually saying gastric cancer near the other. It was because from the vegetarian meat now no more. Now a highly flavored, almost a lot of salt and MSG, monosodium glutamate. MSG, idea put the cardboard, cardboard, it's a paper. Eddie good pan or saucepan mu Eddie nsuo gu ho na de MSG gu ho a cardboard na be yede enti no omo ye bibia na me so mo pese yede enti omo de MSG won bebre na MSG no so the source of a lot of problems enti no generally speaking media me tufu a de make can say side vegetarian meat no you are better off staying away from them. The only one less problematic problems in ho tofu. Unya organic non-GMO tofu utwitwa no into cubes. In fact, tofu na to extra frame no hard kakra. Utwitwa no into cubes. Na wa season no betimi de jene no mne ameko asruwi sa de opese o season bia no all the herbs a season now man atena ho no mo ana a soak flavors no na we bake and also the good air fryer mo na we bake if you almost aye crispy no obetimi dey aye bibia obetimi dey aye nkwan obetimi dey aye stew to say dey we so enam pepepe but commercially produced veggie meat no dey enye eno dey me advice obia say onye once in a while ebi akobe ebi na ebi sorry ye program bi na obi dey ebi aye biane a wodi a enye problem but enye ade a eye advisable say obeto bebre a begu fie na de bia wodi ye biane enye good advice because of all the chemical exposure na obetimi enye efrim.
Yo, Doc Madasi bebre.
Yo, Doctor, that was say. I'm saying the program no everybody we and say time kakra or end on. Inti nyakupo ya do senior Dr. Kayano throughout this week in and when you bakasa free 7:30 to 8:30 away in the animal na mumon so 8:30 to 9:30. Inti adamasi bebre Dr. Nyamin Shaw say yeto nsafro na uchi nyina wedi enum na wo bekyerɛkyerɛ na afei Dr. Pepra mahu sɛ Dr. Ofusu so wɔ so ne ɔmo free other states no so by ni nyinaa yɛda mo ase sɛ mo nyinaa mbɛta yɛakyi na yɛbɛtoa so ɛfiri Nyankopɔn yɛ adom a wɔkyena yɛbɛtoa so till Friday yɛda mo ase bebree nti saa berɛ yi yɛbɛgya ha no de ama yɛnnuaba Vera Owusu na wɔhyira yɛ program so de ama yɛn.
Pacho mama ya mompae. Susu Nyankopɔn yɛda wase ɛna nwummerɛ yi so. Wonam w'adom no mmɔborɔ ho so na wahu yɛn nyinaa mmɔbɔ. Na yɛn nyinaa yɛtumi ayɛ aso ayɛ atiefoɔ paapa bɛtie wo nsɛm a wode ma yɛn. Wona wobɔɔ nipadua yi ɛna wama yɛn nnuane a yɛbɛdi a nkɛ ne yɛn nipadua bɛyɛ kama ɛmfa yareɛ biara mmrɛ yɛn. Nanso ewiase mu abrabɔ ne mu asetena ɛne mu nsɛm bebree amane afiri ɔkwan a wode dom yɛn so afa yɛn a yɛkwan de ato yɛn ho so ɛna ɛtwe yarewa ahodoɔ bebree ɛde brɛ yɛn. Nanso aseda nka wo Nyankopɔn sɛ nnɛ wonam doctor so ɛkyerɛkyerɛ yɛn nneɛma a ɛbɛboa yɛn ɛne nea ɛsi atwi yɛn ho firi ho na tumi aboa yɛn nipadua ama yɛatumi atwe yɛn ho nso afiri yarewa ho. Nti yɛsrɛ wo sɛ wɔn nsɛmpa a yɛatie meyɛnya aso ɛmeyɛ nhyɛ aseɛ mfa ho pɛpɛ sɛ de doctor kaeɛ no ɛkɔduru mfimfini a yɛsɛe gyae akɔ yɛn nneɛma dadaa no mu na mmom yɛmfa sɛ tie yɛmfa ho keka ne yɛmfa nhyɛ aseɛ na tumi aboa yɛn nipadua ama yɛtumi nso akyerɛ afoforɔ ama ɔma atumi adi saa nneɛma wei so ama atumi aboa abusua ne namfoɔ ne wiase man nyinaa. Yɛsrɛ wo sɛ ka yɛn ho aberɛ a yɛkɔ akɔda yɛn so. Hu yɛn mmɔbɔ na ti yɛn firi ɔhaw ne amabresɛ biara mu nkwadaa nda adwendwene ne wiase mu asetena abrabɔ a Awurade yɛrebɔ yi. Yɛsrɛ wo sɛ ka yɛn ho na te w'anim kyerɛ yɛn. Ɛnnɛ da yi ne da nyinaa yɛda wo ase sɛ woatie yɛn wɔ Agyenkɔpa Yesu Kristo din no mu nti. Amen.
Amen. Amen. Media team boy and maybe team.